welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be dealing with a subject where many might be struggling, and I just wanted to kind of give you some tips on what I do personally to save to go to my dream place, and that is Disney. So this could be for Disneyland, this could be for Disney World, this could be just genuine saving for anything. So if you're saving for a house, you're saving for a car, you're saving for whatever you want. So these tips could easily be put into place for anything, but I just thought that because I go to Disney quite a lot, that I would share with you my tips on how I actually save to go to Disney, because we all know when it comes to going to Disney, it's expensive. And if we are going to Florida, just the flights in themselves can be a couple of £1,000, and definitely we need to budget for that, and we need to make sure that we can save enough money, not just for the holiday, but for the spending money, the adventures you get to do when you're out there, and so much more. So let's get started on my top tips on saving to go to Disney. So the first one is finding your budget. And the reason I'm saying finding your budget is because when you're searching on the wide internet, or you're in a holiday stall, you need to know what is your budget. So if your budget is say £8,000, I know that's a lot of money, but if you are going to Florida, we have to think realistically. So if it's £8,000 to go on a Florida vacation for a family of 5, you need to make sure that you are within that budget. So if you're saying, right, I can only afford $750, then you need to make sure that you tell whoever you are speaking to on your budget. If you are tinkering away on the internet, you need to make sure you are sticking to your budget. Sometimes things have to be sacrificed, so what resort you go in, if there's a dining plan, that may have to be cut short. But it all depends what you want off your holiday. Things sometimes have to be sacrifice to get other things. So if you wanted to go into a deluxe, but it's going to be way expensive to have a deluxe and then have a meal plan, then you might have to go into a value resort and then you can have the meal plan. So it's just kind of weighing out what you can afford, keeping to budget, and trying to make sacrifices where you can to keep within the budget. Okay, so now we have got our budget into place, we need to think about how we're going to be saving this money. And the next one is we need some kind of focus. So that could be anything. So for me, I'll have a picture of Disney World, say if it was Florida, so I'd have a picture of the Disney Castle on my fridge. So that always keeps me motivated, keeps me determined that I want to go there. And if I want to go there, I need to make sure I'm putting this money away. I'm not spending it willy-nilly. That's going into these saving funds every single month, and that just keeps me focused by having something quite visual on the wall. Just having that picture on that wall just keeps me more determined of what my dream goal is. So the next one is, and it's probably pretty simple, is having a separate bank account to your normal one. The reason I say this is because if you are saving for anything really, you need to see that money in a separate bank account, so it's not all mixed up with your normal billing account or just everyday use account, because you could easily chip into it without even noticing. So have a savings account. Barclays doing, NatWest will do them, anyone does a savings account, and you don't even have to go into the bank for any kind of appointment to actually have another separate account. So really easy to set up. All you have to do is ring up your bank now. You can even do it online now. You don't have to go into your branch to have a separate bank account. But the best thing you can do is having a separate bank account, so you can put your savings every single month. So when you get paid, a set amount of money will go into your savings account. Then that don't have to be touched, and then you know that that's going to be increasing every single month, and you can see it visually as well. And it just gives you that boost by having that separate bank account, and you can see that money topping up every single time you put it up. So the next thing is sacrifices. To get this money, you need to do some sacrifices in some cases. Not everyone has got a chunk of money lying in the bank. We have to save for the big things, and we all know this, guys. So what I'm trying to say is when we are cutting out things and trying to budget for things, we need to have to cut back quite a lot so we can achieve our goals. So what I'm trying to say is if you have a coffee in the morning, which probably costs you, if it's Costa, it's probably a couple of pounds a day for that coffee. Instead of doing that, chuck it into the saving funds and then just take a flask with you of coffee. Probably don't taste the same, but you are saving that couple of quid every single day if you are getting one on the way to work. And you can imagine how much you are saving in a year period if you're just not having that coffee in the morning. It does mount up for a lot. I have worked it out. I think it was around about £700 a year you are saving just by not having that one Costa coffee in the morning. And that can go to your holiday fund, that can go to your spending fund when you're at Disney. And can you imagine having £700 to spend just on Disney merch when you were there? That would be amazing. You'd have to have extra case allowance, but hey, you've got money to spend all because you have not had that coffee. But it's not just that as well. If you are buying lunch every day, meal deals for work, you could easily take your own lunch with you, put that money into your savings. It all mounts up. So anything you can cut out, try and cut out so you can achieve your dream, and that is to go to Disney or whatever it may be you want to save for. But always have your visual thing on the wall so you can see exactly what you are saving for and what your goals are. So the next one is, and this one for me is quite big because I've got 3 children, I like to get them to save themselves. So saving their pocket money. If their grandparents have gave them money, I always try and put that in a savings pot to a certain degree anyway, so they don't feel that they're restricting themselves by getting anything, but they can still save for their vacation as well. Because when it comes to this journey of saving, and if you are a family like myself, a family of 5, we all have to do this together. It's not just a one-way thing. So I will be saving, my husband will be saving, my children will be putting maybe a couple of pounds a week or a month in their little saving pots, and that just makes them a part of it and a part of the journey. So it gives them a sense of value as well, and a sense of achievement that they have paid in a sense for the holiday as well, and they can get the enjoyment when they're there that they've achieved something. And for me, teaching my children that holidays are not for free and everyone has to do cutbacks somewhere to achieve this goal of going on a really luxury holiday, they have to do some cutbacks as well, and that will give them quality in life as well, that they can save for big stuff as well. So the next one is selling stuff what you don't need. So for me, I'm on this big journey at the moment for saving for my mortgage. So I've done a massive clear out of everything I don't need. And the first thing I did was my wardrobe. And I've got a big double wardrobe and it was crammed full of everything, and it had stuff in from previous holidays where I've not used the clothes, if they just don't get used on holiday, and then I've literally just put them all in a pile, put them in the wardrobe, completely forgot about them, and then I'll just buy more things for my holiday. So sorting out the stuff what you don't need and what you do need, and you might even find some stuff for the holiday, so making sure that you're not double buying basically, and you found stuff what you may be able to find for the holiday, so you haven't got as much holiday clothes to get. Also, selling stuff what you don't need will get you some extra money for your holiday, and it's all those kind of things what will keep, for me, it kind of gives me a sense of peace of mind. I feel more clearer in my head that I've got rid of all the clutter. I've made some money for the holiday and I've gained some stuff what I don't need to buy for the holiday. So it just makes sense that clearing out everything what you don't need, making some money, and you might find some stuff what you forgot about. So the next thing is change jar. I know a lot of people don't have change these days, especially in this pandemic. A lot of people don't like the exchange transmission. So a lot of people, when it comes to their penny jars, change jars, they are pretty empty at the moment because we are kind of lenient to go to the card and the contactless system. But there is another system out there, and it's Save the Change. A lot of banks do it, so Barclays do it, NatWest does it. There is a few other ones as well, but look it up online, and it's called Save the Change. So if you say buy a coffee, so if you be naughty one day and you're buying a coffee and the coffee is say 89p, so if that coffee is 89p and then you have got 11p change, that 11p would go into a savings account of your choice, and it rounds it up to the nearest pound. So it's, for me, it is quick saving. Obviously it is chipping away at your bank balance every time you purchase something, but you know that that little tiny bit amount is going to your savings. And for me, it has worked a lot. Just having that 10p, 20p, sometimes 50p will go into the savings, and you don't even know that is happening. So it's saving without you knowing, in a way, but also you are still keeping the change by not even getting it out your bank. So look into that if that's something you're interested in. It's called Save the Change, and just look it up online and hopefully you can get that up and running. And the last thing I would say is, and this is a biggie to be honest, and that is actually saving the money without the temptation of taking it back out of the saving part, taking it out of that savings account. It can be really, really simple to just nibble into it and have that takeout or go on a nice dinner or something like that. It's really simple to just transfer it again, and then that's the end of it. But what I would say is make sure that you've still got that visual thing on the wall so you know exactly what your targets are. But if you are really, really tempted, try and get somebody, maybe in the family members or your friends or your grandparents or somebody like that, so they may be able to keep it for you, and then you haven't got that temptation of taking it out. But that's only if you've got somebody you can truly trust with your money, obviously, and they wouldn't dip into it for anything. That would be devastating that they take your money. But look into that option if you can. Also, there is some banks where they will let you have a savings account where you can't get it out for 12 months. That may not be for everyone's kind of option, just because they may need that funds to buy something for a car hire or pay for the holiday a little bit earlier. And if you get a good deal on a holiday and then you're not going to be able to pay for it because you can't get that funds out for say 12 months. So that may not be an option for everybody, but if you are the kind of person what nibbles into the money and you just can't stop yourself, then that may be an option for you. But I just thought I would mention it just in case you can't save basically and you need that kind of restriction. So guys, that's everything I've got to advise you with today. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've got some little tips on how to save for your Disney vacation, or just saving for anything in general. These tips I've been putting together for quite a while. We went to Florida beginning of the pandemic, and I had to really do all of these tips to really make that achievable. Not everyone has got chunks of money in the bank waiting to be used on holidays. We have to save for the big things in life, and especially if we are going to Florida, or even if we are just going to Disneyland, we have to save, and sometimes that can be really difficult if we don't normally save for stuff. So guys, that's everything I've got, like I've just said. Remember, if you did enjoy this, to please subscribe to the channel. I would love for you to stick around. It means the world to me. Also, I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook, so come and join me there as well. And also, can I just take this opportunity to introduce my new channel, which is Life with Samantha. That channel is very new and it is all about my personal life, and it's completely different to this channel because this one is all about Disney and giving you the Disney magic. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.